and welcome to Live in the Solution. I am your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, here with your readings for March the 2nd through March the 8th. And darling, I just had a drama. Look, last week my audio wasn't working and I did all 12 videos. It took 3 hours per video. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. I recorded 6 videos this week, and for some, miraculous reason, I took a break for a cup of tea, and lo and behold, I thought, let me upload them and see what's going on with these 6 readings, and there was no video, no audio. And I was doing all this testing and with the mic, and I was like, what is wrong? And it was the volume on the mic had been knocked down somehow. And it was like, that is so typical Mercury in retrograde. Oh, excuse me. This is really late now. I'm staying up late doing this. Oh, this is for Sagittarius. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Sagittarius through these cards for March the 2nd through March the 8th? Sagittarius, the first card out for you is the Death card. I just love this card in this deck. It's so colorful and beautiful, and it really is a beautiful thing. This is like a transformation. This is death and rebirth. This comes in when you've got to kind of kill off the old you. This is about total transformation. What's changing in your life? I mean, this is you changing from the inside. It's like changing. Look, I always say this. Look, pregnant women get this card. When they go from just being that single person to being a mother, that's a totally different role in life, right? So you may be taking on a completely different role in life. It could be that you have a total change of behaviors. You can go from, you could go from addiction to recovery. It's that kind of transformation in your life. And usually when it comes up, you're kind of in the hallway. And sometimes that's a difficult place to be because you haven't completely shut the door behind you. And until you shut the door behind you, you can't open the door in front. So you can't move forward. So this is really just kill it off. Kill the old you off. Close that door to the past and open the door to the future. Don't be in fear, because sometimes people stay in the hallway because they're like, oh my God, I don't know what's ahead. Listen, move on. Close that door and move on to the next chapter of your life. Because that's what basically it is. It's about the next chapter of your life, isn't it? Now, clarifying the Death card is the Queen of Wands. And we love the Queen of Wands. She's amazing. She is gregarious. She's social. She's confident. She's a fabulous mother, wife, businesswoman. She's got it all. She's like an executive that kind of balances everything. It's like she can do anything. And she's confident in this deck. There's a black cat in front of her, which represents, you know, her shadow side, right? And we all have a shadow side, guys. You know, if you don't think you don't, you do. Look, she's coming into this reading saying you can do it. Don't underestimate yourself. You're going to be able to move forward. You know, kill off the old you. Embrace you, all of you, warts and all, I want to say, because, you know, I always mention that with Cromwell, right? Cromwell asked to be painted warts and all at a time where imperfections were painted out, right? So, you know, the old way of airbrushing, really, right? So portraits were painted with the blemishes all taken out, all their imperfections. So he was like one of the first guys, he goes, paint me warts and all. And they did paint him, and he did have warts as well. Listen, that's it. He wanted an accurate version of himself. He didn't want a lie. He wanted people to know what he really looked like, who he really was. And this is about, you know, the only way you can be confident is accepting your imperfections and your shadow side. When you accept them and you're comfortable with them, nobody sees them or nobody notices them, right? They just see confidence. Now, the next card out for you is the Queen of Swords, and she is just brilliant, right? She is she's the truth seeker. She knows people inside out. She knows when someone's, you know, pulling the wool over her eyes. She knows when somebody isn't being authentic. She knows when someone's lying, not because she's intuitive, but because she has studied people. She's also been alone for a long time. And so she doesn't sugarcoat anything. She will tell you the truth. Brutally honest she is. You know, she's no joke. Like men, she's gorgeous. Men gather around her. You know, she's really intelligent, cerebral. She's, you know, she's gorgeous, stunning. But, you know, they don't tend to stay around long enough because they can't cope with her. You know, she just, you know, tells it like it is. Her intention isn't to hurt you. Her intention is to tell you the truth so that you can learn from it and move on. You know, she just goes, have you ever had those people where they've said things and people have said to them, you know, they've said, oh, you know, you shouldn't have said that. And they go, well, they needed to know. The thing is with the, excuse me, and Sagittarius, you love to just tell it like it is. You don't even think about, you know, how people, I can be the Queen of Swords too. Trust me, I'm there. But I know Sagittarius, they just blurt it out, not thinking about how the person will feel hearing it. So if you are the Queen of Swords, you are being asked to soften your language or delivery. If you are experiencing information from the Queen of Swords, don't shoot the messenger. Ask yourself, what part of this can I own? And even though it's not delivered in pretty bows and it can be like I can't believe they said that. You know that there's truth in it. Accept it. And what can you do about that truth? You know, my friend was the Queen of Swords a few weeks ago, and it was like, I couldn't say anything. I had to be quiet because I didn't want to admit it, and so I stayed quiet, but I knew it was the truth. Yeah, I didn't like it. You know, we laughed after. I said, you were really the Queen of Swords there, darling. Couldn't you have just softened it a little? You know, and she knows I'm the Queen of Swords with her. She's the Queen of Swords with me. I respect honesty. Sometimes I'd like it to be a little softer. Now, clarifying the Queen of Swords is the Tower. So you have a physical change, which the Tower is, a situation that changes, and you have an inner transformation, right? And the Queen of Swords, this is clarifying the Queen of Swords. So I feel that, you know, the tower you've built up around you is going to come crashing down, and you're going to see the truth in this situation because somebody's told you. And it, you know, it burns your tower down. It burns all those walls that you've had around you, and you are going to see the truth. If you're open, you'll see the truth of the situation. And it doesn't feel great. Listen, the tower doesn't feel great. The Queen of Swords doesn't feel great. Doesn't. But this tower needs to go. Something needs to be removed. And this has got to go. Because, you know, it's not benefiting you. And through this going, there will be a transformation. I feel that things are kind of going to work out okay for you. You know, you get through the tower and you get through the death and rebirth. You know, it's not easy being reborn. You know, it's not easy when the tower's burnt down, because we like the look, this is Uranus. We love, you know, we don't like change. We love things, you know, staying the same. But maybe, you know, something's happening because your life needs to be shaken up. You need to be shook up. You've got to get off your bum and get to work. You know, do whatever you've got to do. You've got to take action. Some things, you know, you're going to have to take some action here. You're going to have to build a new tower, but not around you, outside of you. Now, the next card in is, did I show the tower? I'm going to show that just in case. Beautiful, beautiful. I love this deck with the tower. So the next card is the High Priestess. And the High Priestess she's sitting between the two pillars at Solomon's temple. She is giving you the keys to the Akashic records. When she comes in, you are getting the knowledge from time, the beginning of time. You will have very powerful psychic and intuitive skills, abilities. So use them. Trust your gut feeling. Trust your instinct. Know that things are happening for a reason as well. Don't forget that. And use this. This will really help you. It'll help you choose the right path to go in. You'll know. She's going to come in and she's really helping you. Now, clarifying that is the Six of Wands, darling. And this is celebrating, you know. I want to sing that song. Celebrate, da, 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 da. Darling, this is not just a celebratory card. This is you being celebrated. So throughout all this stress and turmoil for the week, you know, the ups and downs, you are going to come through triumphantly, and you will be adored and recognized and celebrated for it. So look, this can be winning awards. This can be, you know, like here's on, everybody's like, you know, praising you and revering you and looking up to you. Or it could be as simple like, you know, social media, somebody saying that you're fab. It's a public recognition of an accomplishment, of something that you've done, of coming through a difficult time, of transformation. It all works, you know, I love that old adage. Everything's all right in the end. If it's not all right, it's not the end. Sagittarius. Listen, guys, stay tuned for the astrological report right after this. And please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you on the other side. Hello, everyone. I'm so glad that you decided to stay on and listen to the astrology report on what is going on in the celestial sky this week. So we start on Tuesday, March the 3rd. Venus is square Saturn. What is that? It's not a harmonious aspect. It is a contentious aspect. There may be distance or detachment within your relationship. You may be feeling that during this transit. As a result, intimacy could take a backstage during this time. And it might be wise to spend some time in solitude, in meditation and reflection, because melancholy and depression can occur. But know that this will pass soon enough. I mean, that's why it's called a transit, right? Because it's transiting, it's moving. So it's a temporary feeling. Now, your finances could take a hit too. So resist the urge to spend because you're not feeling great. Maybe you're feeling melancholy and you want to buy something to make yourself feel better. Resist that urge. I would be very conservative with your finances at the moment. I mean, we've seen this play out on the global stage. The financial markets are plummeting because of the coronavirus, because products can't move around. A lot of countries have closed their borders. So just be conservative and with your spending. Now, on March the 4th, 2020, Mercury backtracks into Aquarius. And when I say backtrack, you know that Mercury is in retrograde, right? And it moved from Aquarius into Pisces on February the 3rd. And now it is reversing and going back from Pisces into Aquarius. But the good news is that Mercury goes direct on March the 9th, on the same day as the super full moon in Virgo. And actually, this is interesting because Mercury rules the sign Virgo. So things are going to start to pick up. And Mercury will then move into Pisces a week later on the 16th. So then it's really going to pick up speed. So this is good news, guys. Mercury in Aquarius gives us clarity and focus. But when in Pisces, Mercury expresses its creative side, creative writing, fantasy, poetry, art, and music. However, in Aquarius, Mercury is more innovative, scientific, analytical, and forward-thinking. So we can enjoy that aspect of it until the 16th, when it moves back into Pisces, and then we can enjoy expressing itself creatively. Now, on the same day, a bit later on in the afternoon, 4:24 p.m. precisely, Eastern Standard Time, Mercury is sextile to Venus, and that is a harmonious relationship. So Mercury is in this lovely harmonious transit. Socializing will become easier. In fact, you might be more open to going out and hanging out, and your charisma and magnetism and charm will foster intimacy during that time. So this is a lovely, beautiful energy. So relax, enjoy this cosmic blessing while it lasts. Now, also, later on that night at 10:07 p.m. precisely, Eastern Standard Time again, so it's the next day in Europe, Venus moves into Taurus. The goddess of love is coming home. She'll be at ease. She'll be more practical. She'll be more affectionate. However, she may be a little possessive, because, Taurus is all about mine, possessions, So Venus is looking for security and in love and in her relationships and finances. So reassure your partner with love and affection and focus on improving your finances. Ask yourself, what needs my attention most right now? Is it my relationship? Is it my finances? Is it both? Now, on Sunday, March the 8th, the Sun is conjunct Neptune. That means that it is together. They're almost like one. So the Sun's energy and Neptune are, you can hardly tell the difference between the two. They just come together. They become one, right? Now, you may, Neptune is very idealistic, so you may have the urge to want to help the less fortunate or the marginalized around the world. Idealism is front and center during this transit, and your sensitivity to others' energy is really increased. So you really need to protect yourself. You need to be around positive people and situations. So because there's two sides to Neptune. Neptune can take you down the rabbit hole too. So you want to be surrounded yourself with positivity, and perhaps consider doing a media fast. I mean, sometimes your empathy is so enhanced that it can really take a toll on your emotions. So you could feel melancholy or depressed. On the other hand, you might be exhilarated and inspired to help humanity at large. You'll get a lot of joy by volunteering or, with a cause or helping in some way. So, look at where you can help. Ask yourself, how can I contribute to society? Now, also on Sunday at 3:38 p.m., Venus comes together with Uranus. Wow, this can be scandalous. This transit can bring in the urge for, a thrill, for excitement, novelty, the new, constantly looking for something new and exciting in love and finance. So you are ready for a thrill. The energy and magnetism of this transit could have you acting a bit out of character. It's kind of palpable, right? You might be enticed to have a romantic fling or a one-night stand. Perhaps your relationship has been a bit boring or perhaps hit a stagnant patch, and you may feel like you want to explore new horizons or new experiences with other people. I would just say this: keep in mind that this feeling will not last, and you very well might regret the impulsive actions or decisions under this influence. So keep that in mind, guys. Now, on Monday, I'm not going to go into this, but I'm just going to mention it because it is good to be prepared. We have the super full moon in Virgo. A super full moon is when the moon or a planet is very close to Earth. And so this is a very, very strong energy. And also, Mercury goes direct on the same day. So that's really interesting. Listen, guys, join my astrology group. Live in the Solution. The link will be below. It's a private group, and every 2 weeks I do a live feed which correlates either with the new moon or the full moon. And we look at exactly how you are receiving the energy of the new moon or the full moon, respectively. We have fun. It's a very positive, uplifting, nurturing group. Everyone's happy. It's lovely. So I do that for the group every 2 weeks. So it's a private group. You just have to ask to join, answer a couple of questions, and hey presto, you're in. So guys, I just want to mention that this is a member supported channel. And one way to support me is giving me a thumbs up, liking my videos, sharing them on other social media platforms, and commenting. Shoot me a comment. I love that. I answer every comment. I love interacting with you guys. It really feeds my soul. And another way to support me is join my channel. I now have a membership to the channel. So there's a button that says join, and there are 2 levels of membership, and I give perks. And there's the community tab is where the members hang out. I'm going to do videos designed just for members. So it's, so it's the lowest membership fee is $1.99 a month. Now, another way to support me is through Patreon, darling. And right here, if you click on this link, you can go to my Patreon page and check it out. You can be a supporter for just $1 a month. It's $12 a year, guys. It's not that it's not a lot, but it's huge for me. That all adds up. And I want to take this opportunity to thank my members and to thank my patrons. I've just started the membership, so it's pretty new. So guys, what else? I think that's it. Of course, get a reading, guys. I live to give readings. Go to my website. You can, there's actually links below to my website. Go and check out the kind of readings that I offer and all the services that I offer. Guys, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I love you all, and I'll see you next week.